Now listen to this. He never gives up on any of us. The Bible said in Matthew 10:29 that not one sparrow shall fall on the ground without him knowing. I'm sure that there are some listeners today who are hurting and feeling lost and lonely. Have you ever said to yourself, how can God put up with someone like me? How can he still love me when I've failed him so badly? I've had people ask me that question. Pastors, I'm sure you have.
In this age, when some cities are tearing down history or rewriting the lives and the very fingerprints that shaped their towns, Sarasota continues to strive to preserve the legacy that has literally molded us into one of the most desirable communities in the world. Art is part of that world. It can tell a story. In this artistic community, we have a park representing the legacy not just of one man or one family, but the World War II greatest generation who left home to save the world and returned home, those who did, to serve their communities. Reverend Dr. Chaplain J.D. Bud Hamel exemplifies the story of this group of young war heroes known as the Greatest Generation. Bud became a chaplain's assistant after almost losing his leg in combat, vowing to the nurse, "If you don't cut my leg off and I still live, I'm going to use my life to serve God." The service began immediately as he entered seminary and married a young symphony violinist named Jean Rousey. They became instant friends in graduate school with another couple who would later become the in-laws of their future daughter, Janet. As history would play out, the two families would reunite in the Sarasota Herald Tribune in 1962. By this point, the Hamels were a family of 5, with 1960s Hurricane Donna a distant memory, and with Reverend Hamel becoming official chaplain to the Florida State Fire Department, as well as volunteer chaplain to the city police, county sheriff, both hospitals, county jail, and of course, the veterans organizations who named Chaplain J.D. Hamel Park in his honor for his service from 1960 through 1997, all while pastoring a local church and founding one of Florida's first international radio programs. Bud's wife Jean played violin under the legendary Paul Wolfe in what was then known as the Florida West Coast Symphony Orchestra, and their children followed their example, leaving their fingerprints all over the map. Fruitville Road was officially closed by the city for almost 7 miles for the funeral procession of this man of faith, a faith that continues to mark our community with pay-it-forward acts of kindness that make us unique in a way newcomers still notice. In this spirit, the Friends of Chaplain J.D. Hamel Park are gathering support to offer a lasting tribute to the memory of more than a man officially listed in several who's who's. The gift of the following sculpture is an option for consideration as the park is reshaped with a nearby roundabout. This is the time for the city leaders of Sarasota to preserve and protect this beautiful bayfront park. We believe they will agree with this goal, as it is the desire of our citizens and leaders alike to protect and preserve this paradise we call home. Friends of Chaplain J.D. Hamel Park exist to provide input into that discussion, raise funds for an approved project, and support our community in preserving this historic legacy of service. It is now my extreme privilege and pleasure to introduce to you my friend and renowned artist, Danielle Glacier.
Thank you, Jan. It's my honor and privilege to be creating a sculpture of Chaplain J.D. Hamel reading the Bible to his family from Jeremiah 33:3.
The psalmist cried out, "Oh, I'll tell you, beloved." When Jeremiah looked out upon the losses of his people, he cried out, "Is it nothing to you, all of you that pass by?" Oh, beloved, do we really care? Do you care?
This whole world would collapse without his word that holds it together. The word of God tells us he holds it together.